at lovedreamingpeach.com.
And it just occurred to me why I was saying in my last couple videos, if you're pro Lindsay Clancy for not guilty by reason of insanity, then you want us to believe in a boogeyman. They want women and people to believe that women can just snap and go fucking crazy. You can go so crazy that you will kill your fucking kids. Just like that. You could be totally fine all day long. You could be planning and on the phone and texting and doing all these totally normal everything that we can't even tell. You could just snap. You're a woman. You're a mother. You have postpartum psychosis. I do believe postpartum psychosis exists. I do believe that women suffer. I do believe that mothers suffer. I do believe that new mothers suffer. I just don't believe in this particular case with Lindsay Clancy that is what this is, because the evidence does not reveal that. It does reveal an anxious mother. It does reveal what seems to me like a personality disorder and a narcissistic personality disorder. It does not seem like she was genuinely out of her mind crazy, not knowing what she was doing. I think she was out of her mind crazy, but she was fully aware of right, wrong, and the legal and illegal and awful actions that she took, which is why I believe that she sent her husband away. And I do think she was plotting to try to use this idea of postpartum psychosis so she could kill her kids and get away with it. But I don't believe in this case that is what's going on. I think that they're trying to fucking bamboozle us and tell us how fucking crazy a new mom, a mother is. And I'm not falling for it. But I do expect most, if not all, of the jurors will, at least half. I think it'll be a hung jury. We'll see. Women having babies makes you fucking crazy. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long ago you had your babies. It does matter whether you're white or not. It does matter if you're pretty or not. It does matter if you have money or not. Oh, all of that stuff matters. And it probably matters the most if you have a pending civil case for multi-million dollars. But these people want us to believe that a woman could just snap and go fucking crazy. You could love your kids, be such a good mommy, such a good person. She's so liked, she's so popular, she's so beloved. You could be the best mommy in the whole world, and then you're just gonna go fucking crazy. Because you're a woman, you're a mother, you're a woman that had babies. Any minute, lady, you could snap and go crazy too and kill your babies. But you're just a little damsel in distress. So, off to the mental hospital for you. No. I say no. There are some women who are so fucking mentally out of their mind that they do the fucking sick, twisted thing. I think Lori Vallow was committable. Clinically insane. But yet she still seemed to know right from wrong. It's not being a woman that makes somebody snap and do something crazy, like violently murdering your children. Innocent, little, defenseless children, vulnerable. trusting, sweet little babies. And they are trying to convince us that being a woman means that you could just snap. Being a mother, having babies, you could just snap. They're also trying to say that if you take pharmaceutical drugs, you could snap, which I do believe is true to some degree and some level. However, based on the testimony, it does not sound like she was on some crazy amount of drugs at any given time, because she wasn't really taking them. She was racking up prescriptions, not subscriptions, but prescriptions. She was racking them up in her, along with her meticulous notes about how much she was being failed, even though she wasn't being honest in her notes either. And some people are like, what was her motive? Well, obviously not having to take care of those babies anymore was one motive, which she's been granted. And I guess she was assuming that her prettiness and her whiteness and her white privilege and her wealth and all of her notes and bouncing around from doctor to doctor and all of the medications she racked up that she didn't really take that much, that she could get a jury to be convinced that she was crazy, and she'll take some years in a mental hospital and then boop, off she goes to live her life without those fucking kids, without having to get divorced, she did get divorced, without having to, do co-parenting. I personally don't believe in this particular case that this woman was so crazy that she didn't know what she was doing. I think she did know what she was doing, and I think she was calculated and planned and premeditated, and I think that she's an evil, dangerous person. I think most people that kill their children are evil, dangerous people, man or woman. And I just find it sickening that people are trying to convince other people that, poor little Lindsay, poor victim Lindsay. She's not the victim, she's the perpetrator. And I know some of y'all just hate to see a white woman, a pretty, wealthy white woman, be held accountable for her crimes, but hopefully this time this one will. But I would be shocked if she gets 12 people to say guilty. I will be surprised and very glad, but I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't.